Yes, people, welcome to episode 4. As you can see, it's a late one, but yeah, I just literally just come back from the gym. But yeah, I just want to talk about risking money in clothing brand in general. So as it's my first drop, what shall I say about risking money? I think when you start a business, in any sort of business, right, there's going to be an element of risking money, you know. So I think risking money is a good thing, but then also at the same time, I believe that you got to be cautious and analyze your figures properly in terms of where your money's going to go and stuff like that. But then also as well, I believe that risking money is part of the game in clothing brand anyway. That's what I've started to realize, because especially when you're doing your first drop, you probably don't have that much money behind you, so the amount of quantity of product that you're going to order is going to be quite low. And also at the same time, your paid ads for your advertising is going to be quite low as well, because you're trying to keep all costs at the minimal, at the bare minimum. But if you really want to push it at the beginning, then that's when you're going to have to risk a lot of money in terms of, you know, maybe going in overdraft or taking out a small percentage loan, which for me, I don't advocate for it. I'll say when it's your first job, work within what you have. There's no need to go above and beyond, with the paid ads, with the, you know, ordering 50 or 100 um, items. You know what I'm trying to say? Because at the end of the day, you don't know how well the job is going to do. So it's a thing. What I'll say as a clothing that's starting up, just use the first drop as a tester, just to test your market, just to test your audience. Okay, who's responding to it? What's my target? What's my target audience? And from there, you build and build and build. Listen, at the end of the day, right, every business is going to have to risk money. I know with myself, as my business starts to scale, there's going to be bigger money that I'm going to have to risk. You understand? But I'm risking this money in my clothing brand because I believe wholeheartedly that within the next 2, 3, 4 years, the brand is going to be very, very established in the UK. And then from the UK, we're going to take it global. You understand? This is why I'm risking money in my brand. And this is why I'm putting 110% effort into this brand, because I genuinely believe that this brand is going to go somewhere, and this brand is going to be one of the stakeholders in the clothing industry. Like, I've researched a few of the brands that are doing well. I won't mention their names, but I believe that we can be competing with them sort of brands, and if not, be doing better than them. Understand where I'm coming from? Because I believe in my brand. I have that vision that, okay, this is where the brand is going to be in the next 5 to 10 years, in the next 20, 25 years. I believe in it. So that's why I'm putting all my money into this brand. People might me call it a risk, but I just call it belief, because I know where this brand is going to go to, because I have that vision already. I've written it down, I've visualized it, and I'm working towards it. So yeah, I think in general, if people are worried about risking money in any sort of business, I'll just say, just embrace it, because at the end of the day, you have to be careful with your finances. 100%. As an entrepreneur, as a businessman, you have to be careful and manage your finances well. But at the same time, there will come within the business where you have to risk some money to take it to the next step. So risking money isn't a bad thing, but only if it's a calculated risk. You understand where I'm coming from? But sometimes the risk may pay off, sometimes the risk may not pay off. But that's part and parcel of, running a clothing brand business, or run a business in itself. You have to invest into the business to see your business grow. For me, I'm investing a lot. I'm going to be investing a lot in my ads. I'm going to be investing a lot in my photographer, in my videographer. I'm also going to be investing a lot in my designs. Why? Because I know that as I invest into those things, my business will slowly start to build itself to where I want it to be, because the brand identity speaks for itself. I'll talk about the brand identity for the clothing brand in another video. It'll be a separate video, but I need to get this brand identity out there across UK, across the world. And the only way I could do that is risking finances, risking money to make sure that, you know, the brand is taking the necessary steps to get to where it needs to be. Because at the end of the day, you have to make a lot of money, you have to spend a lot of money. That's it. So if you're spending, you know, low amounts of money, then you're gonna make low amounts of money. Now, I'm not saying at the beginning spend a lot of money. No, I'm not saying that. But as you gain that experience in the industry over the course of a year, 2, 3 years, once you know how the industry works, then there's gonna have to be a time where you have to risk the money. Like, just see it as an investment. You understand? That's how I see it. I see it as an investment, you know. So yeah, I think anyone that's, you know, starting a clothing brand or starting any other businesses, listen, risking money isn't a bad thing. It's just, risking money is just there to, you know, help you push your business, your clothing brand forward to the next level, but only if you know where the money is going to. You just can't spend that money anyhow. You just can't say, okay, cool, I'm going to be spending X amount of money on this product or on these ads, not without doing adequate research on why you're going to be spending that amount of money and what's the reason for it, you know. So as long as you've done your research, you know why you're spending that money, then it's fine. But yeah, I'll say, listen, risking money is part and parcel of, you know, running a clothing brand or running a business. So as a young entrepreneur, my advice is, listen, don't be afraid to risk money if you believe and truly believe that that is going to propel your business to the next level. But yeah, listen, stay tuned. There's going to be more episodes I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be talking about everything. I'm going to be showing you guys also new samples and stuff like that. So listen, stay connected, get subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, get subscribing and stay tuned.